How to do suspension ridiculously quickly. Go to precision alignment. Go to point mass center. Click the wheel. Go to point hit pause. Select the first point. Select the second point. Go to stacker tool. Stack the prop up. Your main base plate. We'll be deleting this later, so we won't need it. But we'll need it for now. Precision alignment. Go to your R menu. Go to constraints. Go to rope. Go to make rigid. Select point 1 and 2 in the second column. Create your constraint. Do the same for the front wheel. So point mass center. Point hit pause. First point. Second point. You should end up with a triangle formation of these points. Point 1 should be in your wheel, 2 and 3 point should be on your main board. Go back to the R menu, create constraint for point 2 and 3. That's your rope, pretty much done. Delete those points, go back to mass center, go to point hit pause on the same axis and or line that your wheel is on. So for me it will be here. What we want to do is put it up top. So make sure it's point 2. Select this, your base plate, go to the menu, select point 1 in the second column and point 2 here, actually point 2 in both columns, and then select attach. So it's moved to this point here. Then go to your wire hydraulic. Where is it? Come on, fast video. Randomly place it on you between those two props. Actually, put it between your wheel and the main base plate. Now, what you want to do is go to precision alignment, right click on your wire hydraulic, and then go to the R menu, wire hydraulic, select point 1 in the first column and point 2 in the second column. Click create constraint. To do the back end, you do the same again. Wire hydraulic, place it down, go to precision alignment, point mass center. Mass center the wheel, go to point hit pause, select the base, select point 2 in both columns, click attach. Select the wire hydraulic that you placed, go to the R menu, point 1 in the first entity and point 2 in the second, create constraint. Now, ball socket settings. The way we do this is you go to ball socket advanced. These are the settings that you will need. Pause the video to look at it. What you want to do is get whatever you're using to rotate and turn the wheel. For me, I'm going to be using a setting, so I'm going to set this up quick. Ball socket settings. For the back, ball socket this to your main base plate. For your steering wheel, ball socket it to the steering E2 or steering bar or whatever you're doing. Now, flip the -1 numbers and the 1 numbers around. So they should be 1 and then -1. And then you do the same again. Also, you need to add a check strap. So what you need to do, go to precision alignment, mass center on the cart, on the wheel, and then same point where you put your wheel on with hit pause. So you add the point there. Press R, go to your menu, and go to the points tab. Click point 2 in the primary tab. Go to point 1 and double click. Now press these arrows here to move point 1, or the details from point 1 to point 2. Click set. That will move point 2 to where point 1 is. Z axis is the up and down of the world, so we need to make this to, let's say 200. We'll make it 210. Click set. Now if it goes down, you're going the wrong way. What we want is that point to be above. So what we need to do is make this number lower, because it's in the minus. So let's make this, change that to 88. So now we have a line going up. Right, so what we want to do now is go to constraints, to rope, point 1 to point 2 and untick rigid. If this is ticked, you'll have no suspension at all. So untick that, click create constraint, and you'll have a rope inside the wheel. Next up, all you need to do is add a constant value or an E2 to control your hydraulics, and that is your suspension done. So all you need to do now really is remove that and your suspension is done. This is pretty much it. And the end result will look something similar to this. This is what your final suspension should look like. With the hydraulic, you can change the settings however you wish to do it, either through a constant value or an E2.